right now.
Okay,
He's playing in Australian league, yeah. But he's going to be the highest drafted Mexican-born player of all time for sure.
Okay,
I believe he's pretty tall. I don't know the exact height.
So hold on. Like, there's a lot of talk about the Euro leagues and how they're getting a lot of attention for the talent that's coming from the Euro leagues to the NBA. But hearing you talk and discuss about these Australian leagues, like, how serious are they out there hooping? Like, they really out there playing, like, giving first round talent? Kareem Lopez, he's a first round pick.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I think, I mean, the NBL. I think I know a couple guys that are currently hooping in the NBL or hooped last year in the NBL like pretty well. And I mean, it's tough. They don't play. They play like 2 games a week, 1 game a week. It's not the most popular thing out there, but like they're getting paid decently well to go to play there, especially the exports or the imports. I mean, like guys like LaMelo Ball, Josh Giddey, RJ Hampton, all first rounders to get drafted out of the NBL. So it's been a tool being used for years. I think another guy that was a really high draft pick, Alex Sarr, started in the or in the NBL. Excuse me. So
yeah, Shakaya. All right, so that was that dude. My bad. All right, so let me ask: do you think these players, the Dash Daniels, what did you say? Dash what? What was the second last name?
It's Dash Daniels' little brother, actually. Dash Daniels, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you think he's a first round pick too?
I don't know. He probably is a first round pick. I think in the latest mock draft he's like 23, 24 around that area. It'll be tough. I don't know. He got to prove more. He's not been shooting the ball well. I think it's like a lot of the struggles that his brothers had in the NBA. Dash Daniels is not a great shooter. It's been known by teams to like try to make him shoot. I mean, he's been developing street ball. I think Dash Daniels or brother Dash, I think if he can develop a shot, like he could be like legit. He's a really good defender. Like obviously got that from his brother. So, but I don't know. I used to be a huge fan of him, but I got to see more. I've tuned into 1 game, and then I need to tune into more. I need to watch more film on him.
All right, so just getting back to you more. So like, what's your story, man? Talk this. Like, where you fall in love with basketball? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where you from, man? Where you from?
I'm from Dallas, so grew up just in Dallas. My dad's from Oakland, so I grew up Warriors, Raiders, A's. All those are my teams. But the first memory of basketball I can remember is actually Jeremy Lin. I remember watching the game. I was like, yo, who's this like Asian dude that's like hooping right now? I remember his game winner against the Raptors and Andre Bargnani. Huge game. I remember when he like went crazy against Kobe.
Talking about Lin Sanity. Lin Sanity.
Lin Sanity was my first basketball memory. I mean, so I forgot how old I was. I was probably like 6, something like that, 5 or 6, and I was just like, oh wow, who's this guy? And that really got me to basketball. And then watching obviously Curry with the Warriors. But I mean, I grew up hooping my whole life, and then I started going to like a lot of G League games, and that also made me fall in love with the game as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You already know.
So cool. I wanted to ask, just all right. That being said, thank you for that. Also, because I know it's a speed interview. So let me ask you: the G League drew your interest? How? Like, what drew your interest in the G League in the first place?
So I think the Texas Legends is my local G League team, and what they've won like franchise of the year like 3 or 4 times. They always lead the league in attendance. And the thing they do is after the game, all the players stay on the court for 15 minutes after the game, take photos of all the fans. All the fans are allowed to walk on the court. They all sign autographs, take photos of the fans. And I think like getting that interaction with some of the players, like getting that like, so for example, Cameron Payne was a guy on the Texas Legends back in the day. Kostas Antetokounmpo, Giannis's brother, was another guy. And just seeing those guys up close, Isaiah Roby, Moses Brown, these are all in. Like,
so hold on, let me ask you real quick: is Kostas a real NBA player, or he just Giannis' brother?
Nah, he's just Giannis's brother. I'm gonna be 100% real. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. He's just Giannis's brother. He's not a good player. Just like his other brothers, Alex, not a big fan. Thanasis, not a big fan. Giannis is one of the greatest power forwards of all time, but obviously their brothers just got the last name. I don't think they got the tools that Giannis got. But
so let me. So all right. So are you involved in the G League at all?
So yeah, I was a team attendant for 6 years in the NBA G League for the Texas Legends. So I worked directly with the away team and the home team, just doing like helping with like their coaching staff or their players or whatever, like getting meals for that, whatever they needed. Just kind of like I first started out like a mop boy, then a ball boy, then I was head team attendant. But now I just do sports media and like cover the G League, ACC basketball, NBA draft, like NBL. I just cover everything basketball related now.
Okay, so in your opinion, it's fair to say that the NBA, because of the G League, they started drafting talent early. Because I know you look kind of young, but early in the draft, they wasn't drafting freshmen. Now they just drafting freshmen is one and done in that whole thing. But before they was drafting seniors, you know what I'm saying? And I think they started doing that because of the G League. You know what I mean? Which how you feel about it?
I think using the G League is like, I mean, you see a lot of guys like Noah Esenge just got drafted 13th overall to the Bulls. He hasn't played a game for the Bulls yet. I don't think he's ever played for the Bulls yet. He's played a couple G League games. He's 28 against the Delaware Blue Coats. He's been playing really well in the G League. Teams can draft these guys that have these good frames, or like they're missing this one tool, and they're like, we can develop them and have them hoop in the G League. You see that a lot. Like, you can take risks now in the NBA draft because you have the NBA G League, which I think is a great tool. I think more and more teams should use it. Like even like injury reports.
I wanted to read this. I wanted to just get your take on it. I'm just trying to move fast because I know I don't got a lot to. The NBA G League, formerly known as the NBA Development League, was founded in 2001 as the National Basketball Development League, the NBDL, and was renamed in 2005. It was officially rebranded as the NBA G League in 2017. The league served as a developmental platform for young players to gain experience and gain recognition before entering the NBA. So, since 2001, is it fair to say that the G League produced stars? D1, Kendon?
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, you see guys like Rudy Gobert, I think 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, started in the G League. So like I would say he's one of the best. Like, so he started in the G League. Chris Middleton started in the G League. A lot of guys start in the G League. I think the G League wasn't really utilized as much until like 2017. That's when the NBA two-way came into fruition. So ever since the G League started, I think more and more. I believe 2 years ago, 20 or 19 first-round picks played in the NBA G League. This draft class, I believe, I can see like 16 to 17 guys playing in the G League this year.
Nice.
In this first round class. I mean, every year there's more and more G League guys that come out of the draft, and I think now that people are starting to realize you can use the G League, like it's going to be used more and more often.
I wanted to say thank you for pulling up. I don't know how much time I got left, but I just wanted to ask this one question before you leave. What's your thoughts on them now, giving them the opportunity to go back to college to gain their degree? Just in case they don't work out in the NBA. Like, what's your thoughts on that, D1?
You talking about the G League guys that are going to college?
Yeah, the G League guys. You see how the G League, they have the opportunity like to go back to college so you could get your career, a different career if you don't want to go to the NBA. Like, just your thoughts on that. I
mean, I think that's a great tool because like realistically, G League guys are only making $45,000 a year, and most of them aren't just going to go to the NBA. And it's like that's not. You can't hoop your whole life, obviously. So like getting that degree is obviously like a great like second plan. But what's also interesting is now college basketball teams are recruiting NBA G League players to play for their teams. If they haven't entered the NBA draft, you're allowed to play in college basketball. So you see guys like London Johnson just committed to Louisville. Abdullah Ahmed just committed to I believe it was BYU, Houston or BYU. You see guys like Thierry Darlin, who was a G League Ignite guy, just went to Santa Clara. So you see guys that are actually playing G League basketball and then going to college to try to get drafted or try to hoop. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, that's what's up. Just what do you like? I agree on like What Ice talk to us? Like, what do you agree on with D1 far as something that we overlook? Because there's a lot of fans that overlook the players that go to the G League. I'm not gonna hold you. Ice was the first one that kind of, I shine a light. Like I paid attention to it, but not like how Ice put me on to it. And yeah, so I just wanted to ask you, like, who should we like be paying attention to that? You know what I'm saying? They only down there so they could get minutes and it kind of, like you said, probably missing one thing. Like, what's your thoughts on that, Ice?
Yo, it's a lot of players like D1 said. That's why we chopped it up. You know what I mean on the TikTok. But the guys, like you said, guys that go in the first round.
Tell them where they can find you too. Tell them what. Tell them your channel real quick, Ice.
You can find me on the Tip Off of Brooklyn Nets podcast on YouTube, and you can find me on TikTok. Same thing, live. Everybody pull up. You see, I got D1 pulling up on Breezy's live thing right now. You know what I mean? D1 be on there. He got his own thing going too. His channel be popping, so y'all should check him out. But all the guys like in the first round, like I've been saying, like just because you drafted in the first round, just because you're a rookie, don't mean you're gonna start or play on your team, whether you tanking or not. There's certain reasons why you go down to the G, and you can work on. Like I said, G.G. Jackson is a good example of a guy that most Nets fans wanted, but we drafted Clowney. He went in the second round. He gets playing time on the Grizzlies, but he asked to go down to the G for his own development. You know what I mean? So with that, it's like you can't overlook the G. The G is not like D1 saying, it's not a bad place for you anymore. It's not like you go down there and just waste time and never come back to the NBA. You go down there and grind and come up. Like I said, Noah Clowney and all our players right now, Ben Saraf dropping 22. Danny averaging double-doubles down in the G, like those, you know what I'm saying? The things that you don't see in the NBA for him, and they go down there and start playing like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what you look at. Everybody that drafted someone, a player that's down in the G, should be watching the G to see how that player is developing. That's what it is.
Well, so Ice, just you and him, can I hear y'all talk about the in 2017, the NBA developing that two-way contract? Like, just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Put people on to the significance of them developing the two-way contract and what it really means to the NBA as far as the relationship from player to for the player. You know what I mean?
From that, the two-way is good because you're not stuck in the G. You don't have to wait on a trade or some team to pick you up to be able to play on it and get in on the NBA floor, or you know what I'm saying? Stay down there. Wait all the way till after All-Star break for a team to be like, all right, we need this. You know what I mean? We need this guy. Once you're on the two-way, like I said, you're a part of the NBA, but you can also go down to the G. So, you know what I'm saying? Like our guys get drafted, and some of the guys that don't go undrafted or something like that goes on the two-way, and they're a part of the Brooklyn Nets, but they also go down there and work on their game. That means you got potential. You're not quite there yet, but you got potential to be in the league. So that's important for the NBA. To the guys that's what I want to say, the guys that's slept on, right? And you like, oh, he's nobody, Tyrese Martin, you know what I'm saying? My guy Reese is one of those guys. I think he got drafted though, but just saying, you know what I mean? Go down to the G and work his way back up. People still sleep on him. There's a few guys, so it's important for the NBA to have that two-way, so it makes it easier for guys, give other guys, not easier, but give guys an opportunity in your team to find a gem that you might not know of or nobody know of, you know what I'm saying, and come up in the NBA and play.
Yeah, I mean, I think the two-way is a great thing. Like some examples, like Alex Caruso actually started on an NBA two-way contract back in 2018, and with the South Bay Lakers. And I think a guy right now, Naquan Tomlin, who's starting games. He's been starting at power forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's on a two-way contract. This guy, crazy career, never played one game of high school basketball. Went to community college, dominated in community college. Then went to Memphis. Went to Kansas State. Then went to Memphis. Then went to the G League tryouts. Got a tryout spot. Hooped in the G League for a year. Got called up by the Cavs. Now he's starting. He's averaging 7 points a game on a two-way contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers, who's a great team in the East. So, I mean,
that's an incredible story. Like, seriously.
He's from New York, too, which crazy. But, yeah, that story is insane.
Yeah, no, that is, because it shows that the typical way that you would get to the NBA isn't always the story. You know what I'm saying? And it shows a certain determination. It's kind of inspirational if you think about it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's an amazing story. Like going to a community, like I'm just listening to what you said, going to a community college, going there, ball out, you hooping, you know what I'm saying? Then you get a look from, like you said, a D1 school. Kansas is a D1 school, right?
Kansas State, yeah, D1. And he went to the Elite Eight as his first year as Division I basketball. And then he later got suspended for off-the-court issues, but then went to Memphis, hooped, played in the G League. But, like, he didn't play one game in high school, never played high school basketball. Never played organized basketball until he was like 18, which is insane.
Right. What position he play?
He's a power forward right now for the Cavs. Naquan Tomlin.
Is he a guard? Is he a
power forward? Power forward.
Okay. You say okay, power forward. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that's dope. You know, I know we don't got much time. I just wanted to say, yo, just explain the money side too, because when we looked at the money, and this is what Ice was telling me, we was watching Tyrese Martin. You know, Ice told everybody about Tyrese Martin, anybody that would listen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say we had looked at the contract, and it showed that when he finally got a standard NBA contract, he went from making $2 million. And I think that's the significant part of it. Like, you in the G League and you making money, but the difference from making G League money to NBA money is a significant difference.
Crazy difference.
So, and that's why I wanted to listen to you and Ice talk about the two-way contract, because I imagine it's a middle. It's in the middle.
Yeah, I think
it ain't necessarily.
It's like anywhere from like $700,000 to like upwards of like $1 million per year, which is like not a lot for an NBA player. Obviously, it's a lot of money, but like starting contract in the G League is $45,000. Then you get to the Exhibit 10 contracts, which it depends on like how much they want to pay. You can be anywhere from $70,000 to $250,000, and then the two-way contract, and then so on. And then like after that, it's just assignees or stuff like that, and then it just goes to NBA players. But yeah, but like starting from $45,000 called up is like a significant difference. You can get from $45,000 to $7 million. Like, it's just like, what is going on? Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that opportunity, that middle ground shows that, you know, there is talent, even if you don't get drafted by the NBA, because you only could draft 60 players. You know, you can't say all these other players aren't good because they didn't get drafted, because it's only 60 players. Right here it says that $578,577, a two-way contract in the NBA allows players to split their time between the NBA and the G League. For the 2024-2025 season, players on two-way contracts earn $500,780. This is $577, which is half of the rookie minimum salary. So, okay, which is half of the rookie minimum salary. They are limited to 50 games on a team active list and are not eligible for the playoffs. So, okay, like you said, it's a two-way contract, and then it's an Exhibit 10. That's how it go when you getting serious about the NBA, right?
Yeah, I mean, so Exhibit 10 is like the training camp deals, and then the two-way guys, like after the training camp, they go to their NBA affiliate, and they can get money based off how many games they play with that direct affiliate. So, for example, if like a Nets guy plays for the Long Island Nets for 30 games, he'll get like a bonus, for example. But then it goes two-way, and then it just base NBA contract. But yeah.
Word. And again, just let me know when you're ready. But before we leave, just did you ever hoop? Did you ever play basketball? I seen you in the gym when I seen you looked at your profile.
I played in high school for a little bit. I always hoop I hooped my whole life. So wasn't the greatest player. I mean, I could hit a couple threes every now and then. So coach would sub me in, have me hit a couple threes, and then if we're on defense, he'd sub me out, because I'm usually gonna get the best guy. Like, they're gonna try to get me on defense, and I'm usually getting scored on. So I just kept the offense shooting threes. But I hoop all the time.
So you was a spot up shooter.
Yeah. I mean, I led my league, and I led my team in the 3-point percentage. So That's the style I'm
Nice.
gonna keep on. Yeah. But
No,
I mean,
talk to us. What was your 3-point percentage? Talk to. What was it?
I mean, I think I forgot what I think it was like it was like really high because I didn't play a lot, to be honest.
Mhm.
It was like low 40s, but that was pretty high for high school.
Yeah, I was about to say that's high school. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I did pretty well in high school. I mean, I hooped year and a half. I played a little bit on JV and then I stopped, but I played freshman year, and then I still hoop all the time. Like I hoop whenever I can. I mean, I can still play. So I'm 6'1". I'm not
me
like
too, man. I just you say you're 6'1", you still be hooping?
yeah, I still be hooping.
That's what's up, man. I be still trying to hoop, man. I love basketball. You know what I'm saying? I played last summer. Hooping is therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? Hooping is really important to me, and I'm here because of hooping. And I was just telling my girl this. I say, yo, I love talking about basketball. Like, you could talk about a lot of different things, but the fact that by choice I talk about basketball so much is I feel a love. You know what I'm saying? Shout to that's why I like talking to Ice, man. Ice love basketball. I could tell you love basketball. But that's kind of like one of my questions before I wanted to leave. I wanted to ask, when did you feel like you love basketball? Like this is something you love talking about, being around? Like when was it?
I think I would probably say like middle school, 6th grade, probably, because I always, when like people were like, "What's your dream job?" I used to say NBA player back in like elementary school, and then like I'll tell you this for an example. I played Jermaine O'Neal's son when I was in
hey, that's raw as hell. That's what's
7th grade. So I'm subbing in. I see him go for a fast break windmill, and I was like, "All right, yeah, this is 7th grade." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is. I don't know if this basketball's for me. Maybe I should find a different." Like I was like, "I don't know if I can hoop. There's levels to this now."
That's
so I always was like, I mean, and then I always told people I wanted to be a GM growing up. But I mean, you can ask everybody I know. They knew I loved basketball from 6th grade beyond. Like I would wear jerseys to school all the time. I would get in debates over at lunch over the NBA all the time. And then,
over the lunch tables. That's what's up. So, all right, growing up, who was your favorite player?
I was a huge Kevin Durant fan. I thought I was like a big fan of him. I was a big Nick Young fan when he was on the Lakers for some reason. Lakers and Warriors. Nick Young I liked a lot. Draymond Green I thought I was a huge fan. I was a big fan of Kyle Korver. I was a big fan of what's his name? Dude, Anthony Morrow. I was a really big fan of. He used to play for the Thunder. He might have played for the Nets. Anthony Morrow started the no dip 3 where you just catch it up here and shoot it without and
word?
Yeah, he's like the pretty much like the guy that really started that in the NBA. He played for the Thunder and I used to watch him all the time and I was like, dude, this guy can
hold on, slow it down because I want to research him because I thought that was one of the most elite things that I had seen Kyrie do. Like he was on the net, and the first time I seen him, he catch it high. And then catch it and shoot it. Like he caught it high, kept it high.
Yeah, you just you catch it here.
You saying that started with who? What's his name again?
Anthony Morrow.
Yeah, right. Who's that? Who? Anthony Morrow. So I'll check him out. I won't get to all that right now, but yeah, man. You gotta go right now.
No, I mean I'm good right now. I'm chilling.
Okay. So you said your friends used to say that you would be a GM. You interested in that part of basketball too, like the construction of the team?
I used to be, but I just realized that career is just so tough to get into. I mean, there's only 30 NBA GMs every year. It's a tough career to get into, and I feel like it's a very stressful career. I started doing social media in sophomore year of high school, and I think over the past couple years, ever since I've taken it seriously, I've gotten recognized in Vegas. I went to NBA Summer League, and I was like, dude, people are actually liking my content. When NBA players came up to me and said that they've seen my videos and stuff like that, I was like, oh wow, that was crazy to hear from guys that I'm a fan of. So I think that really inspired me. I just want to do media now. But I mean, yeah, I think GM I was always the dream, but I think media is just a way more fun option. You get to really be creative, and I've always been super creative. So, and I get to talk about the game of basketball. So it's the easiest job in the world for me, I guess. Just doesn't even feel like I'm not working. It's just, I'm just talking basketball.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Absolutely. But again, you said, what was you say? You said something that I just wanted to say. Oh, that's dope. That's the ultimate experience. If you a fan of somebody and then you find out they're a fan of your work too, I think that's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word. Ice, you there, Ice?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, all right. Ice, talk to us, man. I never asked you that. When you fell in love with basketball?
Yo, when I moved to Maryland, one of my homeboys used to come wake me up every day, come hoop, you know what I'm saying? So after that, watching not to say, but I always rooted for the Nets, even though they was in Jersey, never playing them. But Sacramento Kings with white chocolate, you know what I mean? That was my team with yeah, that was my boy. I had his jersey, and then with Chris Webber, Blotty, Doug Christie, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Jackson, you know what I'm saying? That was my team back then. I wasn't a Kobe fan, and then eventually T-Mac. So watching them, you know what I'm saying, going out there white chocolate, being fancy with the passes, you know what I mean? That's when I, you know what I'm saying, fell in love with hoops.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to ask you and him because he said he used to be a spot up shooter. In your opinion, is that one of the things that the G League focus on, Ice and D1? Just I want to hear y'all talk about that. Just spot up shooting in the NBA. Is that one of the things they prioritize in the G League? Spot up shooting.
I think they prioritize offense. You see a lot of guys in the G League. I don't think it's I always told people this. I think the G League is the second most talented league in the world, but I don't think it's the second best. I would say EuroLeague's probably better. I would say NBL is probably better. It's not. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not the greatest hoop. It's a lot of guys that are trying to get a spot on a team by averaging 30, but that's not how you do it. What teams are looking for in the NBA G League is guys that will crash boards, pass the ball, like sprint on defense, like hustle guys that they can use. NBA teams don't need guys that average 30 points per game. They have those. They can get anybody that had. Every team has a guy that can do that. Every team, they don't need a guy to score. They need a guy to do the dirty work, like TJ McConnell, for example. Guys like that.
Right.
So like teams need that. So that's what a lot of things I think is a problem with the G Leagues. A lot of players think, oh, if I just hoop, if I just play really well, I'm gonna get called up, and that's not how you do it. So I think a lot of guys like. If you look at like G League MVPs, the best player in the G League usually is not an NBA player. Like 5 years from now, the G League MVP I will doubt will be an NBA player. It's the guys that are hustling on defense, crashing boards, getting steals, like stuff like that. Like players that can make an impact.
Yeah. What about you, Ice? You agree with D1? I agree with him.
Yeah. That's especially with Reese. You know what I'm saying? Reese was a guy that could play defense already, and it was work to say he needed to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, he needed to be more consistent. So I don't think really spot up shooter, like they work on things that they're not good at. Like I said, it might be one thing that keeps you out of the NBA. It might be defense. It might be offense. It might be just consistency. It might be just a 3-point shot. It might just be driving to the lane that's keeping you out of the NBA. It could be one thing slightly, or it could be the team don't have a roster spot for you. You know what I mean? If the team don't have a roster spot for you, that can keep you down in the G for a little bit. But they work on everything, bro. Everything is to be worked down in the G.
So hold on, y'all really got love for this shit. Like, again, I like the G League, and this is an episode I feel like I'm learning. But I'm listening to D1. I always listen to Ice. But I'm listening to y'all, and y'all really got love for the G League. Like, y'all really know y'all shit on that. This shit is amazing, yo. Like, yo. So hold on. It's fair to say that y'all basically saying they not looking for their superstar in the G League. They looking for the gritty, the dirty, get dirty, gritty guys. Like they're gonna draft their number one picks, they lottery picks. Those are the guys they looking for to be stars in the NBA. If they call 100%. You up from the G League, it's to help the stars. It's not for you to come and try to be the star. So, just character-wise, do you think that a lot of players are mature? Do you see the maturity in players, or do you sometimes see the players that feel like they should be the star? And you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe be a bigger role player? Like, is it like, oh, I just want to get to the NBA? Because I feel like you're an insider. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like they just want to get to the NBA, or do they feel like, nah? Like, how do you feel about them and the maturity of not being a quote unquote star in the NBA and just being a player that gets to the NBA?
All right, so I was in the locker. So I used to work for the Texas Legends, obviously, and being in the locker room with them, the guys that. So I'm gonna give you an example. Greg Brown III, who thought he could just dominate the G League. He was, but you put another guy that was right next to him was Tony Bradley. So Greg Brown III, great player, flashy. Tony Bradley, great player, but did all the dirty work. Was one of the best rebounding guys in the G League. Not just getting rebounds, but boxing out his guy and opening up the floor for like his other teammates to get boards. Greg Brown III right now, he is in Puerto Rico, hooping somewhere. Tony Bradley has been starting games for the Pacers this year. There's a difference. The guys that think they're the star doesn't usually work out. The guys that know their role, the vets, the guys that are trying to like work on their little skills that they need to work on. This guy, he played in the NBA Finals last year with the Pacers. So I think being with teams like that, like you see guys. I think another guy that I think to watch out for is Miller Kopp coming out for the Cleveland Charge. He's in the G League right now. Great shooter, really like gritty hustle guy. I could see him getting called up for sure. Compared to like a guy like Daishen Nix, who's averaging like 30 points per game in the G League right now for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Like, I don't see him going to the league and staying in the league that long. It's just the guys that really do their skill and know their role. That's what the teams need.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned the boxing out as a skill. Like, you're not necessarily getting the rebound, but you're boxing the guy out that that's defending you or whatever, for him not to get the offensive rebound or the defensive rebound, which you're implying that the G League actually works on that specific skill. Like, that's something that they really
saying that player specifically worked on that skill and like tried to work as best as he can.
But it is a skill. It is a skill to do that.
That's not like a stat that people look for. But if you watch the games, let's say the best rebounder on that team, you want to box him out first, have their other rebounder get the rebound, and just trust your guys to get the board. You just put your body out there and have just trust your team. They'll get the board. Like, you know what I mean? If you can box out, like, that's an incredible skill to like keep a guy from getting to the rim.
Yeah. Nah, listen, if y'all watching or y'all just tuning in, we talking about the G League and all of the different skills that they work on there. We talked about a lot of different D1 and how he fell in love with basketball. Ice fell in love with basketball. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? D1, just real quick, a commercial. Just tell them where they could follow your content and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah, D1 Kindon on TikTok and Instagram. It's really mostly just TikTok is what I post on. Post just a ton of NBA content, G League content, anything basketball related. A lot of like funny videos and just talking about like trolling and like talking about the NBA and stuff. But I mean, follow me on D1 Kindon on TikTok. That's where you'll see my stuff.
Okay. All right. Tell them where you can see your stuff at.
Yo, follow me on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? The Tip Off for Brooklyn Nets podcast. Find me on YouTube. You can find me on Big Fan Breezy blog too. You know what I mean? Be doing a lot. Find me on Twitter. Y'all know TikToks be live. D1 pull up, Breeze pull up. This is Jay pull up. Easy pulls up sometimes. You know what I mean? Everybody be pulling up. So that's where I'm at.
Yo, I didn't want to end the show. I just wanted to hit them with a quick commercial. I just kind of hopefully get an hour in with you guys, like just another 20 more minutes. You guys got 20 more minutes?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Nice. You got 20 more minutes. D1, you got 20 more?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So talk to us. I want to hear y'all. Parlay the conversation. I'm listening to you guys. Talk to me about the 2025 draft, the current draft, the players that's in there now. Who we should look at, who we should overlook. I, for one, want to start at saying that Ice did tell me about Ryan Kalkbrenner. He's playing well. He told me about Cedric Coward. He's playing well. And just talk to me about the guys what y'all think about this draft. And again, I'm just doing more listening. I'm listening for D1 and Ice to have this conversation. I want to hear, because I learned about the draft from Ice for the most part. So I just wanted to, I call him S Scout mode. You know what I mean? So I just want to hear y'all talking about this current draft, and then before we we'll get to 2026 draft after that. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts so far. How you think these players are playing? Who surprises you guys? Let's start with start with that. Like, who did y'all expect to play well, and who surprised y'all?
I think I was a big fan of Conk-a-Nipple's game, but I was very surprised on how early he'd be good. And like Conk-a-Nipple's probably
they saying he won right now, right? You think you got him number one?
Yeah, no, for sure.
D1, you got him number one right now in the rookie race?
100%. 100%. I think so. I think he's hooping right now.
But hold on, D1, hold on. Let me ask you, D1. Let me ask you real quick. When did this happen? Because I heard it was VJ Edgecombe, and then all of a sudden it was Conk-a-Nipple over VJ Edgecombe. When did this happen? Was there a streak of 30-point games? Like, what happened, bro?
It's because I think VJ Edgecombe started off the season hot with that one game, went off, but it's just really couldn't keep it up when Embiid came back. Maxey sharing the floor with McCain, all of them. Conk-a-Nipple, that offense, I also like what you were saying about with Ice. Is I was on Ice live talking about Kalkbrenner before the season started. I was agreeing with him. I thought Kalkbrenner was a really good pick for them. But Conk-a-Nipple, he's just hooping. He's just playing out of his mind. I think with LaMelo Ball, he's getting open. Playing alongside him, LaMelo Ball's hitting him. He's finding the open man. Knipple's also a great passer. He's I think a very rare trait that a lot of people haven't talked about is Conk-a-Nipple jumps off 2 feet going to the basket, which is very a fundamental move, but it's not really used. If you see guys going to shoot layups, they always go off 1 foot or they usually don't go off 2. Conk-a-Nipple goes off 2, and he gets a lot of buckets doing that. And I think that a lot of teams are it's a very lost art, but I think that's a skill a very unique skill that Conk-a-Nipple has, is jumping off 2 feet.
Does he have the midi?
Yeah, he's Conk-a-Nipple's game is super polished as a shooter. He can shoot wherever on the court.
But does he look for the midi?
I would say nah. He does. He either shoots the 3 or he can drive it. He's a good floater, but he can shoot the midi. I don't think that's his number one shot though. I've always been I'm not a huge fan of the midi. I think if you take a step back and it's one more point, I think you should take that shot. But
that's our only disconnect, D1. Why you don't like the midi, man? Talk to me, man. What's up? Why you don't like the midi, man?
I just I don't know. I think I'm a huge guy. Live or die by the 3. I don't know. I'm a big guy.
Okay.
As a player myself, I was never. I'd rather step back to shoot a 3. I don't understand why you're in that area, especially the long middies. I think a long midi is one of the worst shots. If you're let's say the 3-point line right here, you shoot the ball right here. I think that's one of the worst shots in basketball. Just take a step back. I'm not even sure. Take a step back. That's 3 more. That's 1 more point for your team. That's how the game is supposed to be used. I think live or die by the 3. I think it's obviously worked. You see guys all these NBA 7-footers shooting 3s now. I don't know. I think the midi is it's a good shot. There's a lot of great players that are really good at the mid-range shot, but I don't know. I'd rather just shoot the floater, go in a little bit more, or try to get fouled. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never been a huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So tell me your rookie top 3 right now. You got Conk-a-Nipple at 1. Who? Go ahead, y'all. I'm listening.
No, I thought you was going to ask me the same thing. But
who's y'all? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I am asking you the same thing.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ryan. Someone that's surprising. I wouldn't say Con because I knew Con could hoop. I just didn't want him on a team because we had Cam. You know what I'm saying? But I already knew Con wasn't a sleeper. But who would I say? Oh no, I already know who it is, but I go with Ace. I already knew Ace. He had an injury, but he probably has one of the highest completion percentages right now as far as the rookies. You know what I'm saying? In the league, he was shooting like 60-something% from the field. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of jump shots. So I'll say Ace with the percentage.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry to interrupt. I think another guy. Is Will Richard for the Golden State Warriors. Late second round pick, and he's playing like 27 minutes a game, playing really well. He started last night. He won a natty at Florida, but he was super underlooked. So I think for the Warriors, that was a great pick for them. I also like Alex Tuhey. He's in the G League right now but I don't know. I loved his film in the NBL. I don't know if it's going to translate well, but I was a huge fan of him also for the Warriors. But Will Richard's been hooping right now. Like if the season ended today, he'd be definitely an all rookie second team or first team selection.
Okay, so who are your top three rookie on the rookie ladder? Now I'm asking
I'm probably same with what the NBA is right now. I think is like it's Kahn, Cedric Coward, Cooper Flagg, but I would probably put Cooper Flagg second now. I don't know. I think his game is just he's gonna figure it out. I think when the season ends, he'll be the rookie of the year because more and more he's figuring it out more and more.
Yeah, 21 the other day. I think he had something like 21 and 8, something like that.
Yeah. He's a great player. I think them sticking him at the point guard position was a mistake, but I think ever since he's been playing small forward, power forward again, so he's been hooping way more. He's been playing better at that.
Break that down for us, D1, because Jason Kidd is a good head coach, and he sees something in Cooper. He was a strong 3, a small 4, but a strong 3. But he's faster than the 4s, so 4s can't guard him, and he might be stronger than the 3s in the league. Cooper Flagg playing the 1. What do you think? Do you think it's an experiment that should stop, or should they put Cooper at the 3? How you feel?
I'm not a huge fan of him at the 1, but also I'm not a huge fan of D'Angelo Russell's game at all at the 1. Very turnover prone. One thing that D'Angelo Russell does that pisses me off that a lot of basketball players don't like. A lot of basketball fans don't see. He'll dribble the clock out, try to get a bucket for himself, and then with like 3 seconds left on the shot clock, he'll give it to the open man and give him a grenade, is what they call that in NBA terms. Is like a guy that gets the ball with like less than 2 seconds left. And it makes him shoot a bad shot.
Me, Cam Thomas got a lot of those, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I know what you mean about the grenade.
I'm not a huge fan. I think the Mavericks situation, they're really bad right now. I'm going to be honest. And they don't have a point guard. So I'm not a huge fan of Cooper playing the point guard, but I understand it. Like, you got to try stuff. Klay Thompson's not working at the 2. They have a lot of problems. I think when Kyrie comes back, we'll see. When Kyrie comes back, Cooper Flagg will be at his top form this year, I think, because I think you'll really see how good Cooper Flagg is when he has a real point guard.
All right, so you got Con Canepo, Cedric Howard, and Cooper Flagg. Talk to us about Cedric Howard, because he was a sleeper. I'm not gonna lie, I heard Ice talk about him, but what was his pick in the draft? Well, he's like the 17th pick or something like that.
No, he was in the lottery. He was like 13th.
Yeah, I think he was like 13 or 12, something like that. Yeah, he was a lottery pick, but I don't know. I was a huge fan of his game. There wasn't a lot of film on him. He also started D2. He started in the Division II basketball, then played like 6 games at Washington State. So, I mean, I wasn't I thought he should have stayed in college, to be honest, because he was committed to Duke and also entered the draft. Imagine if Duke had Cedric Coward right now. I know you said we'll later talk about the 2026 draft, but Cameron Boozer and Cedric Coward at Duke would be insane. But no, Cedric Coward can hoop. I think a lot of teams just didn't. I think it'll slow down because more teams will get film on him. But there's just not a lot of film on him out there. But I was high on him. I thought he was a reach where he was. I thought he should have been a late second rounder. I think the Nets could have got him around that 20 spot where they got Traore or Powell. So yeah. But he can hoop. No, Cedric Coward can hoop.
So I think that's interesting. I think that it's interesting that the rookie ladder as of now is the number 6 pick, the number 13th pick, and then the number 1 pick. I just think that's interesting.
Wait,
because
what?
it shows that
no,
these
he was
franchise
I think Knipple was third. No, was he not third overall?
Yeah,
third,
Knipple went
fourth, maybe.
third or fourth.
Because it was
So it was Cooper.
No, he's fourth. He's fourth. It was Cooper,
Dylan
Harper, VJ
fourth to
Edgecombe.
Charlotte.
Yeah. Then the Knipple.
Yeah, it wasn't 6, it was 4. But yeah, 4, 13, and 1. It's not, and what I'm saying is I believe that's because of the franchise, like you said, the use with the and the Texans, you said not the Texans, what it was called, the Texas
Legends.
Yeah, Texas Legends. Their G League every G League program isn't created equal. You know what I'm saying? And every college program, basketball program, I'm speaking specifically about, isn't equal. Some of them are better than others, and some players are more determined to get to the NBA and be successful in the NBA than others. But Ice, talk to us. Who's on your rookie lineup for 1, 2, and 3? Who you got?
Yeah, probably the same. Cedric Coward he's another one that's efficient. Real efficient right now. He was at 1, but I think Collins probably took the 1 spot from maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Now that they moved him from point guard, he's playing better, you know what I'm saying, as a wing. He's putting up the numbers he's supposed to be putting up now, so he's looking better. And VJ dropped down a little bit, even though he took off first, but you know what I'm saying? VJ dropped down. And Khan is playing like lights out shooting. He had a high percentage game last game. You know what I mean? I don't remember what it was, but I think he put up like 21 or 22 points or something like that. So those 3 right there. And then Ace is on the list still. VJ is on the list still. And like you said, Kalkbrenner is being amazing right now, being a rookie, a 4-year senior, 5-year senior, I don't remember. But being a shot blocker and a rim runner, he almost, I think he was like 90% for his field goal percentage or something like that. So you know what I'm saying? I think Ryan's on that list too.
All right. But would you have Ryan Kalkbrenner with the top 4? 4 after?
No. Just on the list, just on the rookie list. But top 4 is Khan, Cedric, Flag, and I think maybe VJ. Maybe.
Okay. All right, but we got your top 3. Let me get an exclusive big fan rookie of the year hot take from D1 and then Ice.
Hot take.
I don't really have a hot take, to be honest. I think I don't know. I guess I think Cooper Flag will like easily win it. I guess that's a hot take, just because of how well Concadevil's doing right now. But I believe by the end of the year, I don't know how hot. I'm pretty sure it's not a hot take. He was the number 1 overall pick, but I think he'll easily win Rookie of the Year. Yeah.
Okay. Easily, no competition from Dylan Harper, no competition from Concadeval.
I just think
with a gap, with a lead, ain't gonna be nobody close.
I just think when he figures it out, like he's starting to figure it out. Like you know how good Cooper Flag can be, and I think with that, like I don't know, when he gets Kyrie, especially like I was saying earlier, he'll be all right.
Well, and Ice, talk to us? What you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I think Cedric Coward of Khan is going to give him a run for his money. You know what I mean? Like Khan is playing well, and Cedric was slept on. You know what I mean? By fans, not by the scouts, or especially what he did at the combine. So I think with them 3 playing on the level they're playing at, but I do think though if Ace get more playing time, he might sneak up to the top somewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I might put Ace as the sleeper right now. He's gonna come back. He missed a few games. He's still playing all right.
If we can revisit this conversation, like I like doing these, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's informative, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
5 draft. We got y'all hot take on that fire, you know what I'm saying? Shout to y'all for pulling up. But before we leave, talk to us about the 2026 draft. Who's keeping it what Ice said? Let's start with Ice, and then we'll go to D1. Who's the sleeper? And who do you think gets the number 1 pick, Ice, this year?
Number 1 pick, I say Cam Boozer. If Cam Boozer wins at Duke, if they win the championship, he's easily number 1. They still got DP, Darren Peterson, number 1 right now. AJ, actually, they got AJ at 3 right now on most mock boards. But if Cam happens to win a championship at Duke, he's definitely number 1. I don't think anybody's going to say any different.
Okay, what about your sleeper player? Who you got?
Sleeper player? Oh, I didn't even get there yet.
Yeah,
but,
like who we overlooking? Like, okay.
Who you say we need to look for in the draft?
Yeah, like not us specifically, just as fans. So like, because again, I feel like I overlooked Cedric Coward. I heard you talk about him, but I didn't know he was gonna be this good. You know what I mean? There's players that I slept on. And like I said, this is an informative podcast for me. Like I'm learning about, the draft and the G League players. So again, shout to you and shout to D1 for pulling up. But yeah, that's what I was asking.
Let me see. Somebody, I ain't finished scouting yet, but I always
Kareem. He mentioned Kareem Lopez. What about Kareem Lopez?
Oh, so you want Kareem? I was gonna go a little bit further down. Kareem Lopez, but
because Kareem Lopez is a lottery pick.
Yeah, he's I don't know. They had him. They got him dropping down now, but they said Kareem Lopez comp is Dr. J and I forget who else. You know what I'm saying? Dr. J was his comp, which is amazing. But overseas player, 6, I forget how tall he is. Plays a little bit like Cam Boozer, do similar things, but not the same. You know what I mean? His 3-point percentage is getting better. They say he needed to work on that and be more consistent. But we've been scouting him for like 2 years, maybe 3 years. The Nets have. So Kareem is on the radar for the Nets as far as playing in the NBL, the Australian League.
Okay. D1, I heard you mention Kevin Garnett earlier being one of your favorite players. Do you think any of these players in the 2026 draft compared to somebody like a Kevin Garnett?
I don't know. Honestly, I said Kevin Durant. I guess maybe you misheard me. But
Durant. My bad.
Yeah. But
I mean, but any of these players remind you of KD?
KD. I mean, AJ Debanta, like low key, with the frame that he has, but I don't know. Like I think he like earlier, he did. He reminded me more, but I think with the number 1 pick thing, I think depending on what team has the number 1 pick, I think if the Jazz get the number 1 pick, they're going to draft AJ Debanta, just because like that relationship that they have with him, and like he's playing at BYU, played high school in Utah. I think AJ Debanta, but I any of those, Darren Peterson. I agree that if Boozer wins the Natty, he'll go number 1 as well. But my sleeper, I know you asked about my sleeper. My sleeper, I would say, is Kingston Flemings, point guard out of Houston. He's been climbing draft boards a lot recently. He's from he went to San Antonio Brennan. Got to see him a couple of times hoop at my high school. He's nice. I think he's going to be good. He had 22, 7, and 4 against Auburn. Him and Chris Sinak or whatever how you say it, combined for 40, 2 freshmen. I think Kelvin Sampson led offenses. If you're a freshman point guard starting and averaging 17 points per game, you're legit. You're an NBA player, and I think he's a guy to look out for that can really impact an NBA squad.
Say his name again for the people in the back.
Kingston Flemings, guard out of Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, he's making a lot of noise right
now. All right. That's what's up. And yeah, man, the only sad thing I don't like is that I hear all of these rumors about AJ Debanta. Ain't none of them coming. I'm going to Utah now, and I heard about him going to the Celtics. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to hang my head low because I don't know what kind of draft player we could get. They had us in the Bleacher Report getting the number 1 pick and picking Darren Peterson. I don't know how that plays out, but if it could go, before we did the last question before we leave is, if the number 1 pick could go your way, D1, where would that player go?
Say it. So like, if I was
in the 2026 draft, right? If any player going to the team that you think he's going to go, where would you want him to go? The player that get drafted number 1 this year.
I think, bro, if Cam Boozer could go to the Pacers, I think that'd be crazy. I think when Halliburton comes back, Boozer and Siakam, that'd be a crazy pairing. I think with Halliburton and a healthy Pacers team.
Interesting. Damn, that's tough. What about you, Ice? What's you think? That's tough though, D1.
If Cam, I would say if you said the first pick?
Yeah, if the number 1 pick, who you think the number 1 pick gonna be, and where do you think that player should go?
I do think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Boozer. I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna be Boozer, but I don't know, man. I would say us, but Clowney's been playing up. You know what I'm saying? He's getting better at what he do, but I would still say, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with having Cam Boozer on the team, but I would say us.
So let me ask you real quick about Boozer. Is he an anchor on defense, or is he a wingman? I mean, a weak side help.
I don't think he's an anchor. I think he could just defend pretty good. You know what I mean? He can give you 2-3 blocks. You know what I mean? As being at 6'9". So I don't know if he's.
So he's not guarding the perimeter on the pick and roll. He's rolling down to guard the big man.
Yeah, I would say he's guarding the big.
Yeah. Mid. He could be on the perimeter, but he ain't gonna be out there. He can shoot the 3, but as far as guarding the perimeter, he'll probably guard somebody bigger because he's 6'9". You know what I mean?
Nah, that's what's up. I gotta say thank you to Ice and D1. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Beeman Boy in the chat. Shout out to Third Time's a Charm. Shout out to Brockwork Bra. Say less. Shout out to Javon Ship. Bra was shouting out D1 right here. He said WD1. Shout out to Joe Harvey. Shout out to P Hood. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, all of the fans. You know what I mean? But you know, I feel like Nets fans is the best fans, but it's all good.
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And again, I want to give a special thank you to Ice for setting this up with D1. Shout out to D1 for pulling up. I felt like I learned a lot in this podcast. It's definitely rewatchable. I'm gonna listen to it, you know, while I whistle while I work. You know what I'm saying? While I'm working, I'm gonna listen to it on a playback. This was dope. If y'all ever want to do this again, you know, let me know, especially around All-Star break, like when the first team rookies and the second team rookies, or the rookies and the sophomores play versus each other. You know what I'm saying? And y'all could come back before that, but I'm just saying, like, for that specifically, like, definitely pull up for that so we could talk about, you know, how the rookies look versus the sophomores, because sooner or later these rookies and sophomores is going to be veterans, and the veterans that's currently there are going to retire. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm looking forward to having more basketball conversations. You know what I'm saying? Chat, y'all can follow D1 on TikTok, Instagram, X. Y'all can follow Ice on TikTok, YouTube, X, everywhere, man. Everywhere. Y'all can follow. Yeah. They got platforms everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Socials everywhere.
Yeah, shout out to D1 for pulling up. I'm glad he had an open schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was tough, but I got on.
Yeah. This was dope though, man. Thank you, D1. Thank you, Ice. I appreciate
thank y'all.
All right.
We're gonna be back with more content really soon. This is fan of the people. Y'all already know, man. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.